Going on, so Callum Smith, right, who's making noise in British boxing at the moment, is being touted, right, to really do big things in boxing. And I just wanted to give my take on him versus a fighter who's going to be facing off against Badou Jack in a fight that I think he's going to win. That's James Degale, and I think it's inevitable that James Degale and Callum Smith are at some point gonna face off. Now this is Callum Smith's official Twitter. Shout out to Callum Smith, good fighter, both brilliant fighters. I just want to make that very clear first of all, right? That both these fighters are very good. Sorry, that's Liam Smith. Obviously, his brother Liam Smith has just come off a loss against Alvarez. And I just wanted to give my take on this fight, and I'm going to tell you some, it's B-Real TV, so I'm going to keep it real. First of all, credit to both fighters, right, and you got to rate them both for stepping in the ring, first of all, because it takes a lot of heart boxing. That out of the way, I'm going to tell you why I think James Degale will do a job on Callum Smith, and it's this, okay? When you look at Callum Smith, right, as a fighter, he fights in what we call straight lines, okay? If you look at Callum Smith, his head will not move, okay? You see? When he threw that combination, watch his head. For about through 3 of them punches, his head was in the same position, okay? He didn't move until Joe Gallagher, right, pushed something out back at him, okay? He doesn't change levels too much, okay? He's pretty much around about here, okay? There's not too much lateral movement. The feet don't move whilst he's punching. He's a firm puncher. This is where he generates his power. But when he faces fighters on the elite level and he's boxing like this, what you're going to find is that Callum Smith is going to leave gaps and openings. And because of that lack of head movement, he's going to get caught back. Okay? Turn this down. Right? We take a look at James Degale on the other hand, right? Let's see if we can find a video of James Degale when he boxes. We just take a look at a bit of his pad work and his fights, right? If we could find something of relevance, be good. Hold on, right? But yeah, if we look at James Chunky Degale, we see that when he fights, right, he's got very good head movement. Okay, so just wait for it. Okay, so these are like quick combinations, right? You see that little change in level, the little steps that he's doing, the feints that he's doing. As you can see there, head movement, in and out. Okay, this is a bad example because this is just not very good pad work. Let me see if in his fights you can see here. I don't really want to play too much footage, right, of him boxing. As you can see, right, he's coming from the bottom up to the top. He's not fighting in straight lines. He's got lateral movement. He's got head movement, and that's what makes James Degale effective, okay? He's not your typical fighter, and this is the thing, right? When British fighters, right, face fighters who have head movement, who you can see these slight subtle movements in his head, right? There we are, right? These subtle moves is what makes James Degale effective, okay? And as you can see, his feet are moving whilst he's punching, okay? You're not seeing him, right, come in straight lines and keeping his head in one position, a very stationary target to be hitting exchanges. Having said this, Callum Smith, right, on the other hand, is very strong. Okay, he's a big puncher, and because he does plant his feet, James Degale has got to take it. Okay, and with the body punching of Callum Smith, very good body puncher. With the conditioning he's got, he's been boxing since he was young. Okay, Callum Smith poses a real threat to Chunky. Let's just take a look at, let's see how he is here. He's having fun here, but let's just take a look. Right. Right here, not really getting much off that. But as you can see, he seems to be a very typical orthodox British fighter. And I really do not support this style of fighting, which is very typical. It's got too many holes in there. There's too many gaps which you can expose of this sort of fighting style which Callum Smith fights in. It's very common, and when you face a fighter who can go underneath, catch you at angles, that's what's going to happen to you. And I have not seen any example of Callum Smith with a significant amount of head movement, using different angles, let's just take a look, right? Let's see. Look, as you can see here, it's very. This looks flashy on the mitts, but I mean it's very basic, up and down, and where's the significant footwork, the angles, the head movement is not there, because it's all good you punching pads, but when you're punching a moving target, that's where you're gonna, struggle a little bit. We look at James Degale, right? He's a different fighter, totally different. I wish I could play some fight footage, but we don't own the fight footage, so don't really want to be playing that. But look, as you can see, slight subtle head movement there. As you can see there, little level change, bending of the knees. Okay, let's just take a look here again. Let's take a look, see if we might see something a bit better. As you can see, angles, okay, constantly moving. See, not up and down in straight lines at all. And this is what makes Chunky an effective boxer, right? And this is why I favour him in this fight. I think Callum Smith would very well. I think he'd lose to Badou Jack as well. I'd support Callum Smith. Don't get me wrong, British fighter, and I've got nothing against Callum Smith. But I'm just telling you, in terms of boxing, I don't think his style is gonna gel well when he reaches the elite. Because to be elite, you can't have gaps like that where you're a straight up fighter. You've got to move around. You've got to have angles. You've got to be versatile. You've got to have defense. You can't keep your head in that same position. Look, you're constantly punching here. Look, James Degale, right? He's not. Look, if you're just punching here, right? He's over there, right? Okay, now he's to the left. Okay, he's bouncing on his toes. What's he gonna do? He's throwing a jab. He's moved in. He's come in and he's come out. Okay, he's moving. He's got lateral movement. He's got level changing. Okay, he's got combinations. Okay, we look at Callum Smith on the other hand. Okay, I mean it's all good you guys looking at a fighter on the bag and on the pads and a stationary target, but when you're facing someone who's gonna have a lot of head movement and is an elite fighter, and is gonna be giving you different angles, giving you different looks. He's gonna be teasing you for you to hit him. He's gonna be throwing feints in there. He's gonna be throwing unorthodox punches. That's when you're gonna really find out what that fighter's about, the fighter who doesn't do that. And don't get me wrong, Callum Smith, right? He's got intangibles as well. He's got very good body shots. He's a heavy puncher. But I can't emphasize enough, right, that his style of boxing, it's got gaps in it, and I just wish more British fighters took notice of where fighters from Britain have struggled in the past and try their best to not do these things. And that's fighting in straight lines. That's keeping your gloves up in one condition. I mean, if you should be catching, okay? I mean, just look, right? Let me show you an example of this, right? Let me think of a fighter who catches and shoots. Okay, let's just look at let me think of a fighter who catches and shoots very well. Let's see if we can find something. No, not Andre Ward. Canelo, nah. Catch and shoot style. Who's got a very good catch and shoot style? Manny Pacquiao. The best. Angles, okay? No, bag work's no good. Take a look at him on the pads, okay? Or sparring footage or something. Or shadow boxing. That's where we'll really get to understand this beautiful sport that we love when we watch greats like this and what makes them effective. Okay, Pacquiao's got loads of family on here. I'm not really finding too many videos around here. Pacquiao, where you at? Let's take a look. What's this? Nah, you have to give me a second. You have to give me a moment, guys. But this is the thing, right? I mean, Ali, he didn't fight in straight lines. Which great fighter fought in straight lines with his hands up and just tried to boss his opponents in that way? That's not how boxing works. You've got to have lateral movement. You've got to have head movement. You've got to have combination punching. You've got to know how to change levels. And you know, Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't actually put a lot of videos of himself up, surprisingly, on his social media. It's Top Rank that do it a lot. Is it? Oh, here we are. Right, let's see. Definitely good to find some stuff here. Right. With Pacquiao, okay, as the best example that I can think of at the moment, if we look at his fighting style, okay, if I can't find anything in the next 20 seconds, I'm gonna give up trying to find something. But Pacquiao's definitely got head movement. Doesn't fight in straight lines. He fights in angles, and I think this could be a video. Here we are, video. Let's see. No. But even that, look, man, you can see just where he's taking it very easy. But as you can see, the head movement's there. Okay, he's on his toes when he's boxing, and that's very, very important to be able to move and not be a stationary target for your opponent to hit you back. Because if you're there fighting, throwing your combination, and your opponent's catching you when you've got your punches coming off, then it's very simple. You're gonna get knocked out when you step up. But look, at the end of the day, forget this, forget Pacquiao. Can't really show my example, but I'm sure you guys have seen enough of Pacquiao to know exactly what I'm talking about. Leave your comment section below. Subscribe as always. Let me know what you think about Callum Smith. Badou Jack is going to be facing James Degale, and I think that where Callum Smith really needs to prove is the things that I've stated. For me, I think James Degale is the man of that division. Comment section below. Subscribe as always. Be Real TV. In a bit, guys.